Good morning and welcome to the Jay Wilson, How's the Jay Wilson Show. I'm gonna turn my camera on, but it's still night, so I have to make another trip to the capital city because now there is a conference that I have to go to, but I'm not mad. So yeah, I'll be back in the office hopefully tomorrow. But in the meantime, I want to say hey to CDP. What's up, Divine Starlight? So it's a lot that has been going on in our little sector, and it's really funny. So let me start off with Jay Dunn. Let me start off with her. Jay Dunn, no one said that they ever watched you. You just start doing commentary that people want to watch. That's the whole thing. You are doing commentary that people want to watch. And when Jay Dunn is halfway making sense and the B sector ain't making sense, child, you know things have changed. But, ma'am, you just not allowed to click on my link. You are just not allowed on my platform because you have no self control sometimes. And what gets me with Jay Dunn is smart. She's not a dummy, but Jay Dunn is socially awkward. It's like she doesn't know how to be socially. or it's like she gets a rush of excitement when she gets attention. So no one is saying that they don't watch you. Of course, I watch you. I mention you by name. Now I know you're a fan, and I know you were gushing over there, but calm yourself down. You actually made some sense. Now I didn't agree with you on certain things, but on certain things you did make sense. Now I heard Jay Dunn say that Ness did commentary on what I said. Let me tell y'all something. Ness is another smart person, but Ness deals with self fulfilled prophecy. Ness self doubts herself, and Ness let other people dictate the game. I've seen it with Brianna and Pizza. I've seen it on that last job I guess she had that she didn't have a degree, but she got the job. She started talking about that. And I'm like, well, if you feel some kind of way, then take some courses and get the damn degree. And let me say this too. Nothing, and I mean absolutely nothing, that Ness can say bothers me. I really don't watch her because I feel that Ness, even though she wants to be a friend and nice, she can't. It's almost like she self sabotages things in her life. And as articulate as she can be sometimes, and as smart as she may seem sometimes, there's some deep seated rooted stuff that she has issues with. And she's almost like, I love you and hate you all at the same time. And I just, and you get to a point where nobody ain't dealing with that. Nobody ain't dealing with that. It's very much schizophrenic. You don't know who you're gonna get. Now I can deal with Brian crazy because at least he's funny. I mean, he's funny. But yeah, so I just think it's really interesting. I really do. And again, don't have a problem with these people. Do everyone have challenges? I think everybody have challenges. If you say you don't have no challenge, you a lie. I think everybody has challenges. But I think these people put their stuff up right before you all, and you can see the foolishness. And Jay Dunn does make sense. I had my car since I was in high school. I have not known a time that I have not had a car. I've had my car since high school. I have had insurance since high school. I have never had a repossession or a foreclosure or an eviction. I don't know what that is. Not to say that, that couldn't happen. Who knows what tomorrow may bring? But I don't know that. I don't know about somebody beating me up. I don't know about that. I don't know about drug addiction because they never been on drugs. So, you know, I just think it's very interesting and somehow these people live. You know, you got an apartment. Okay, had one in college. And it's no better than you, but you come out here telling everybody they're losers and they're weirdos, and but yeah, you sticking labels on jelly jars and letting people exploit your work for room and board. Pretty much modern day slavery. I mean, you didn't have the discernment to know that those people didn't have your interest at heart. Instead of going to a legitimate state licensed facility. So I just think it's funny to me. And again, I'm in my car, but I have a career. It is what it is, boo. And yeah, I don't have no man. Okay, whatever. If that's what you think. But we see how your relationships have gone. And they ain't been too good. And you gotta sit back and laugh because these people really want you to disclose your personal business. And this is not the time for that. This is actually a show. And if you can't distinguish between a show and your real life, if you can't distinguish who's your friend and not your friend, and there are no friends on YouTube, then you're the one who had a problem. And I just think it's funny. And I'm telling you, out of sight, out of mind is no joke. Because I really, really have not lost anything, not responding or listening or going over there to see you. Now, Jay Don, let me say this to you too. Now, Jay Don, I do like your commentary. You know, you have really upped your game, which is really good. But don't think that you the cat's me out. Again, you a fan. You were happy that I was over there watching. I mean, you mentioned me about 19 times on your video. Now, niece, yes, I sat in your congregation, and I don't have a problem doing that. I will sit in your congregation consistently if you just be quiet and let me just sit there and not be trying to do all of this acknowledgement. When you come in my chat, it ain't no big whoop. You know what I'm saying? It ain't no big whoop. So again, just enjoy it. Just enjoy that I'm there. Just enjoy my company. Just know that I think that you was halfway right, which is really scary, but it is what it is. And that's all I'm gonna say about it. I also will not watch people if your shit good. Now I don't watch certain people anymore because I think that they got some real issues. They may be upset. They watching me now. It is what it is. So that's what I wanted to say on that. Um, let's go to this Lolo and Lemon thing, and this room shaker Lady Nika thing. So I was on Pizarro's channel, I think, and then I went to Hood Tape. Now I was being a little messy, but torn. Messy and torn. I don't know if you ever been in that place where you being messy, but you felt torn. So I was on Pizarro's channel, and Lemon was on there. Now, can I tell y'all that Lolo ain't no angel? Can I tell y'all it takes two? Can I tell you all that I'm happy that Lolo got some money out of this thing? Because if Lolo would have done this for free, I would have been pissed off at Lolo. And Lolo deserved every dime that she got. Lolo was disrespected. Lolo's mama's death was used for content. Lolo, and I'm telling you, I am so glad Lolo got paid. And I'm not mad at Lolo. I'm glad she got paid. Here comes being gay and mothball smells trying to be the devil's advocate. Now, Joker, I know I'm gay. We know you gay. I don't care how you try to act like you like women, but ain't no grown man. I don't know if that morphine had kicked up in your system, but ain't no grown man who's straight is rubbing his stuff, calling for Tracer Lane. Ho, you crazy. This juke wearing hoe had the audacity to try to call me out. But see, you can call me whatever. But one thing I can prove is I got a college and a high school diploma. How you ain't produced that high school diploma yet? Because I don't think you graduated from high school. And the word on the curb is you don't even have no GED. But this mothball smelling, icy hot hoe had the audacity to try to be a devil's advocate for Lemon. Now, once you just cussing out Lemon, once you calling Lemon a yag and all of that stuff, again, baby, these people ain't your friend. That man is a straight opportunist. Anytime he can assert himself, he know he ain't accepted in this beef sector. So now he wants to be a pariah. Now he wants to be a devil's advocate. Get that GED. If you would focus on getting your GED like you focus on the beef sector, you would have a master's degree right now. If you would focus on your oral health and get some permanent teeth, you'll be in a much better place. So anyway, I had to deal with that ignoramus. And I went on the panel with Lemon. I wanted him to drop them damn receipts because he was holding up. And what made me mad with Pizza is Pizza, he's using people's platform to really suck up their life. I think he is a life force stealer. It's almost like he's a Death Eater on Harry Potter. And it bothered me because he kept on playing with it. And I'm like, well, if you got it, then drop it. He even mentioned Pizarro, like Lady Nika Lolo said something terrible about Pizarro. He dropped them receipts, and I'm like, I know you lying to me. And what the receipt showed that Lemon, you were a jerk. That's what it showed. Because Lolo was explaining to you that she is taking all the bullets in the heat because of her association with you. And the only thing she mentioned about Pizarro was Pizarro asked her a question, and she answered like she usually answers the question. You tried to make it such a big deal. But what that correspondence, that communication spoke to me is that you are a jerk and you don't care about nobody but yourself. And Lolo, what it told me about you was you will sacrifice your own happiness, your own well-being for this man who ain't even your blood. But one thing I will say, Lolo, that made me happy is that you didn't do it for free. Hallelujah. Because if you would have done this for free, I would have given you a bigger side eye. It ain't no friends on YouTube. And baby Lolo was there for the loaves and the bread and the fish. Okay? She was not there for the ministry of lemon. She was there for what the lemon does on the fish. Enhance the taste. Baby Lolo was not there because she really liked you. Lolo was there because Lolo was getting paid. Lolo said, for the 9 months I carried your channel when it was dying. A charge for the blight and the knowledge and the cause of YouTube College. A charge. Baby, Lolo said, I'm not doing this for free. Baby, I'm telling you, Lolo broke that shank down. Baby, she broke that shank down. I said, okay, I feel a little bit better now. And Lolo deserved more than what she got. Because Lolo, you endured humiliation. You endured somebody using your mama as content. And I don't feel no ways that you got your money. And all that receipt Lemon dropped down was to show that he was a pure jerk. And then Lemon wants to bring up this thing about ambush and that. Do you know I'm over that? Do you know that is gone? And the thing is, I ain't gonna click on your channel now because again, if you treat Lolo like that, your right hand, then like hell with me. Because if you can do that to Lolo, you'll do whatever to me. So I ain't going over there. And to be honest, you are welcome at my place, but it ain't no big deal if you come or not. Because you are a liability. I'm not gonna lie, every time Lemon has come on my channel, I had to get a manual review. Thank God that I get paid because I stay in guidelines. But because people despise Lemon so much that every time Lemon Lime, aka touch your booty, I have to get a manual review. And people trying to flag it. So he wants to go and talk about that with the Nest thing and the setup. Man, I'm so over that. But it's a lesson learned. It's a lesson learned. And it showed me some things. And I'm not bitter about it. I'm better about it. See, that's the difference. I'm not bitter about it. I'm better about it. It has not made me bitter. It has made me better. But, Lemon, you threw Lolo under the bus. And Lolo ain't no angel either. And let me say that. Lolo is not an angel either. But at least Lolo was getting paid. And I am not mad at Lolo because she deserved everything that she got and then some. Because you have done nothing but use that woman. And baby, she should get paid for her humiliation, paid for her disrespect. She should get paid for it. And it ain't no friends on YouTube. Lolo said, baby, this was contractual. I ain't mad at Lolo. So then, y'all, on Bazaar Channel, they start talking about Room Shaker and Lady Nika. And baby, when I tell you people was tearing Room Shaker up, and even me, I was asking questions because I think YouTube cameras was on there, and I think Lady Nika liked YouTube cameras. I think she bought for YouTube cameras, and she liked Room Shaker. And I guess Lady Nika was talking to Room Shaker behind the scenes, but Lady Nika said we only talk about smoothies and life and all of that stuff. But then there became a situation where Lady Nika felt that Room Shaker was going over to King Roman, and she felt some kind of way about that. You know what I'm saying? So, I'll look at that later on. So anyway, Room Shaker and I guess Lady Nika had that conversation. Now, the girls are saying that Room Shaker came out and made this. more than what it was. And they were, and so I'm like, well, is Room Shaker trying to tap the trifecta? Why is she doing this? Because I'm asking questions now. And I was really torn because I like Room Shaker. I like Room Shaker. Room Shaker has never been an issue over here. Room Shaker has always been respectful. Room Shaker is funny. I like Room Shaker. Don't get me wrong, y'all. See, y'all think I don't like people from other sectors. That's not the case. I like respectable people from other sectors. If you respect me, I respect you. And Room Shaker happens to be one of those people who I like. I have not had an issue with Room Shaker. So I was torn because I'm hearing what's said and I'm hearing what's going on. And Lady Nika's on the panel. And Lady Nika was like, no, we don't talk about nothing else except this, this, and the third. And so I'm like, okay, because I'm like, well, maybe Room Shaker is trying to tap the trifecta and all of that stuff. And people was like, the weakest link. And even YouTube camera was like, right, Jay Wilson, maybe this is what's going on. Because I'm asking questions to find out, is Room Shaker doing stuff? Okay, is she doing stuff? So I went on the Hood Tables channel, and Room Shaker was on the Hood Table channel. So now this is when I felt messy in my spirit. But I felt torn. The messiness came in because I was just over at Bazaar asking probing questions about Room Shaker. But then Room Shaker's right here, and I'm like, well, here's Room Shaker. I'm going to ask Room Shaker. And then I got on the panel with Room Shaker. And I told Room Shaker, like, hey, it makes you look real bad over there. And I was asking questions. I was asking, were you trying to tap the trifecta and everything? And Room Shaker was like, pretty cool, very respectful. And then Lady Nika came up. And again, I'm not running. I mean, I asked the question. I was serious about the question. I was glad that Lady Nika and Room Shaker was there. I was not pedal popping and pee-pelling and backpedaling and This is what was heard. This is what was said. Lady Nika came up and she said, we didn't talk about nothing major. Now, Lady Nika did say what she was feeling. Now, Lady Nika, I think the big thing comes out with this blackballing or blackouting, and people felt some kind of way about that. Because whenever you are trying to take somebody out, you tell somebody, and people gonna make a big squawk of it. It was interesting to me. So it seemed like Room Shaker and Lady Nika kind of worked it out. But for what it's worth, Lady Nika, this is just a suggestion. Oh no, this is just a suggestion. You don't have to do it, but this is just a suggestion. Um, don't be telling folks well, the King Roman thing, Lady Nika, Lady Nika, you got family, and Lady Nika, don't do that. Don't do that. Lady Nika, there are no friends on YouTube. We are only subcontractors, baby. We subcontractors. And you happen to like to work with this subcontractor and go to lunch with us sometimes. But baby, nobody ain't your friend on YouTube. And in this King Roman thing, y'all be doing too much. Y'all be doing too much. I'm sorry. I don't feel that way. I don't, baby. I keep it business. I keep it business. I keep it very sterile. You go where you want to go. Y'all know I like Rodney, right? But baby, I had to take my mod stick because it's some stuff that I saw, and I'm like, No. Mm-hmm. And then I saw something else, and I'm like, Now, my action was business. It ain't personal. I didn't make a big squawk about that because it ain't personal. And people can talk and say what they want. It ain't personal. My moves are business moves. I'm not gonna have anybody holding mod sticks who tell me they loyal to people because you may be blocking folks. Okay? No. Uh-uh. Can't do that. And then you're a big content creator now. And see, the thing is, I told Rodney that that day is gonna come because you are a content creator, and I don't allow, with the exception of one person, I don't allow content creators to hold mod sticks on my platform. I don't. I don't think that's a good mix. And then when content creators have alliances, that's a definitely no-no. So for the business sake, I'm like, okay, we gonna go ahead and let it go. It wasn't nothing personal. You didn't hear me calling Rodney out of his name. I wasn't calling him this, and third. Baby, it was business. It was business. We are seeing how these people work behind the scenes, how they talk to each other, how they scheme, how they plot, how they plan, and how they try to execute. Baby, I'm not doing that. And when my instinct, not my instinct, but when my instinct tells me to do something, I do it. So no, no. But see what I'm saying, Lady Nikki, is it ain't no friends on YouTube, baby. It ain't no friends on YouTube. And Lady Nikki, my suggestion is keep it to the smoothies and the health and that, and don't mention nothing about YouTube. See, let me tell you what you did, Lady Nikki. And again, I'm not mad at Room Shaker either because people be giving folks stuff. But Nika, soon as you show weakness and feelings and emotions towards people, they take advantage of it. It bothered me that you thought Room Shaker was choosing KRN over you. I mean, have y'all flown and ate dinner together? Has she stayed over your house? I'm just because, and Lady Nika, I like you. I really like Lady Nika. Me and Lady Nika ain't always get along either, baby. Whoosh, we did. But I like Lady Nika. I like her folksy, colloquial accent. I like Lady Nika. But I am real when I say you don't let people know these vulnerabilities and things because they use them to their advantage. And whether Room Shaker did that or not, they did. And then you talked about the blocking or the blacking out. And anything YouTube can be detrimental because people can use it different ways. Now I felt torn and messy. I felt messy because yeah, it was. I mean, I was saying, hey, this is what's going on, and I had questions, but I felt torn because I like both Room Shaker and Nika. But you got to remember, clicks and views Room Shaker may not like some of the people that Lady Nika like. Let me tell y'all this. Can I say something? Now I'm gonna disclose something. I'm gonna disclose something, and I think it's already known, but I'm gonna make it more known. Philly Boy was still friends with Sean Bradley. Okay, I know Philly Boy was a good friend to Sean Bradley. You know why? Because baby, when he did that "Lick It Like a Cone," I brought it up. Baby, I said, "What you think about that "Lick It Like a Cone"? Do you think that's good?" And you know what Philly Boy said? That was creative. Now I know that hoe wanted to say, that was some shit. But because that was his friend, he said it was creative. I'm like, ooh, you's a friend. You's a friend. Was I being messy? You damn right. You damn right. Okay, I'm gonna leave it right there. I'm gonna let you fill in the blank. Uh. Ooh, all right. Ooh, all right. Nigga like a cone, baby. Baby, I was like, what kind of bootleg shimmy sham shit is this? And baby, I brought that up to Treasure Lane, and Treasure Lane was so, I didn't feel violated, but he was like, Jay, it's creative. He said, my friend is creative. I said, ooh, all right. Okay. And I knew he was a friend because, baby, I was being messy. Or I did. So, Room Shaker, girl, I have been in your situation where I had a situation where I could be messy. And I'm just saying, Trey is good people. Because he know that was a piece of shit on vinyl. He know that was a piece of shit recorded. He knew that because that was his friend at the time. He said it was creative. Baby, that said everything I needed to know. He didn't say it was good. He didn't say it was bad. He said it was creative. Baby, that could go many ways, okay? It was creative. It was a creative mess. All right. Okay. Anyway, I just had to say that. So Room Shaker, baby, it is what it is, Room Shaker. Okay, I just gave you a little disclosure right there, Room Shaker. Lady Nika, keep it the smoothest, keep it the life stuff, and that's it. Now y'all got this meeting, but baby, I had this little accessory. So baby, I'm gonna wear this tonight. I'm gonna wear this at the meeting. So yes, Lord, it matches my shoes and it matches this tie a little bit. Ooh, all right, all right, moving right along. Looking like a call, baby. That rap was off. It was so rudimentary. I'm like, it was like ABC. Easy, easy is 1, 2, 3. Anyway, let me move on. All right. So that happened. And that was interesting. That was very interesting. So yeah, it's a lot of things going on. Now let me get to this Castro and Tommy mess. Tommy, 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 Tommy lay off that alcohol. Cause let me tell you something, Tommy. If that man got a house in Virginia, like you claim he has, all I'm gonna say is If you gonna hold a person in the ditch, you gotta stay there with them. Let me say that again. If you hold that person in the ditch, you gotta stay down there with them. Tommy and Castro. I'ma say it again. Y'all are gonna get each other in trouble. Castro, you are not the DA. You are not employed by the state of Arkansas. So why do you think that it was appropriate that you tell that man about probation and all of this stuff? There are people who are paid to do that. And it looks like you're trying to pour salt on that man's wound. Now, Castro, I'm going to say this again. I have told you numerous times, if that man is threatening you, you need to call the authorities. You didn't do that because you thought it was cute. You thought it was a good click in the view. You were getting attention from it. Y'all want to tell me that I made fun of DV, but these people profited off of DV. Every time you was getting your ass whooped over there at that man's apartment, we were sitting back in disbelief. It was cringeworthy. And we're sitting there hearing you holler out. And yet, the next thing we see is you on that brick wall on his lap like Ike and Tina. And I'm like, this is crazy. The first day y'all came up, I said, what's more important, your relationship or YouTube? Y'all chose YouTube. Then you want to blame everybody in the world for the demise of your relationship. Let me say this. Shamar didn't break you all up. Brian didn't break you all up. Nobody on YouTube broke you all up. Y'all broke you all up because you all thought that YouTube was more important than your relationship. And I will say it until the day is done. Now, I like both of you all. But what I don't like is Castro's passive aggressiveness to act like he ain't doing nothing. And then I don't like Tommy's mindset that everybody has done something to him. First of all, Tommy, Castro ain't sending no gay men in the beef sector to attack you. Let me tell you something. When I click off this bitch, you are the last person that I'm thinking about. The last. What you do is go over there and watch Castro. And what Castro does is go over and watch you. And y'all feel like y'all need to have a pissing competition of who's going to do what. Now, again, Castro, you should have called the cops a long time ago. But because Tommy was a permanent lick for you, where you can go eat and get your food and get a ride, you stayed in that mess. And because you was getting YouTube content, you stayed in that mess. You did not call the police, and that's when I knew you weren't serious about what was going on, because anybody who was serious would have called the cops. That was your mistake. Tommy, you made mistakes. You didn't call the cops when he presented that pow pow and said he was going to get you. And now what happens? You go over to his house because of something that happened on another content creator's channel, You can't blame that content creator because that content creator live way in Houston. Y'all live in Arkansas. That was your decision to go over there and crack that man upside the head. That was your decision. And you still making bad decisions. Your mom and your dad bailed you out of jail. The least that you could do for them is leave that man alone and block him. Why does he still have access to you? Why? And then you act like we want him and we mad because y'all get back together. Can I tell you nobody don't care if y'all get back together? We think it's a tragedy. And we think it's a bad idea that you all get back together, knowing your history and knowing that it's not going to get better, it's going to get worse. We don't want you all to get back together for your safety and for your mental health sake. You getting back with Castro ain't going to change nothing here in Texas. You getting with ain't changing my mortgage payment, ain't changing what I got to eat. But in your mind, you think that somebody is jealous and want him. After seeing all of this, even if somebody did want him, which is not the case, but even if somebody did want him, after viewing and seeing all of this mess, nobody don't want y'all. Y'all both damaged goods. And it's coming off as y'all only good for a cheap dinner and a quick lay. And I hate to say that. Now, Tommy, I'm sorry. But that underwear display, baby, you could have kept that. You could have kept that. And before you start saying that somebody looks sick, have you looked at yourself? Because, baby, these legs here are gorgeous. Or I got two words for you, gorgeous. Okay? Baby, this body is body. I ain't going to say no more. Because, baby, you look like a stick with a little bit of muscle definition over there. And that ain't no shade. That's just real. And you drinking that beer, and now he talking about Castro having kidney issues and his lower back hurt. Is yours hurting? Because you just drink as much as he does. And it's crazy. Nobody don't want that. Now, Tommy, you just said that you had escapade with somebody, and your parting gifts was what they say. Was it a 35-inch TV, a unbroken fire stick, a 16-pack of beer, and some gas money? And then you telling me that you was a faucet, and I'm using faucet. You can get the idea for somebody, and they gave you a little something for that. That sounds like prostitution to me. Baby, that sounds like I give you this, you give me that. It sounds very quid pro quo. I do this for this. Okay? Castro, leave that man alone. You up over there talking about this and this. And I'm like, look, close the oven door and stop giving the fire oxygen. Y'all are giving that fire oxygen, and this is why it's continuing to burn. Tommy, you got all of these men who want you, then why don't you deal with the men who want you and leave the one you don't want no more alone? You say you don't want the man, but you always over there. You always, it's just like, are you serious? Castro, you talking about you done and you moving on, but you sitting up there playing his stuff and responding. And again, you was wrong for calling that man about that probation. That's not your job, Castro. And that's why people know you sneaky as hell. You ain't innocent either. You are sneaky as hell. Why would you have to do that? Don't you think that Pulaski County has people who can reach out to Tommy and let him know what's going on? And Tommy, baby, how you moving along, you gonna violate that probation. Cause you just can't help yourself. Soon as y'all get some liquor in you, it is over. Oh my God. So now you can sit up there and say what you want about me. A, I have all my teeth. B, I am in a loving, non-violent relationship. Y'all doing the most. And the sad part about it is you got something to say about this, but you know I'm right. See, that's the thing. You know I'm right. I am going to ride and live with you, but baby, nobody ain't riding and dying with y'all. And y'all dying right now. Because if y'all think what y'all doing is living, you ain't living. You are surviving. You are existing. That shit y'all doing is not living. That is miserable. That is insecurity. That is vindictiveness and bitterness. That is hurt and pain. That is rejection. And that is trauma. And y'all ain't doing nothing about it except drinking your problems away, smoking your problems away. And the problem is still there. Y'all ain't working. You ain't working. You can't be working up at 3 o'clock in the morning. And it's sad. And I'm gonna ask you a question. Would you want this for your nephew and niece? Would you want that life that you living for your nephew and niece? And if you wouldn't want it for them, then why in the hell would you want it for yourself? I wouldn't want to see my relatives getting their ass whipped up on YouTube. And let me say this, Tommy. Ooh, this bothers me. Oh, I'm gonna say it. And let me say this. I might not be able to come on your channel no more. I don't care. A girl, she done took my wrench. I didn't even ask for the wrench, but I don't care because you know it's true. Could you please leave your granny out of this? My heart goes out to your granny. She sounds like a sweet lady, and your granny is trying to support you. And your granny, but baby, I know when y'all hang up. I know your granny calling your daddy or your mama, and I know they talking about you. Baby, he won't leave that boy alone. And you know he don't got good sense anyhow. And he done got with that boy, and he gonna go to jail again. And you can't tell him that I told him to bring his ass home. Baby, I can hear them talking about you. Ooh, I can hear them talking about you. Because I'm listening to your conversation. And I'm like, why are you bringing people into your drama? And see, this is why I know you toxic. This is why I know you toxic. Because you bringing other people into your stuff. And you can never see you in it. It's always him. And you got to feel justified by bringing other people in. Because at the end of the day, they have a right to come on and give their commentary of what they see. You so readily will put your business out in the street, drinking and acting foolish and all of this, and then you get mad when people talk about it. And then I'm looking at my heart goes out to your grandmama. My heart goes out to your mama and daddy because these people are saying, we done raised these kids, but here I got a son in his mid-30s and we still raising them. When are you going to be grown? When are you going to be out on your own? Your parents are tired. They have raised you. And truth be told, this is why I know and this is my thing. This is why I know your parents love you. And this is why I didn't understand why you up there crying to your daddy, worried about YouTube people loving you or not. Baby, they have to love you to bail your ass out of jail for that foolishness you did. Because I would have left your ass in there. They love you that they will still take your phone calls and you still dealing with that boy, wasting their money because they got you out on bail. And you're not supposed to talk to that man. You got a court case and you still acting foolish. And this is why I know you don't give a damn about your people. Because if you gave a damn about your people, you would give a damn about their money and the sacrifice that it took for them to get your ass out. But because they have coddled you so much, because they have given you everything, this is what they get. Ungrateful. And why do I say you ungrateful? Because if you know that your parents bailed you out and you got the nerve to call them still, dealing with this boy, knowing that you're not supposed to be even in contact with him, I would have cussed your ass out. I would have been like, MF, are you still talking to him? I would like, bitch, pay me my money back. I want all of my money back. And you would be paying me my money back. Because ain't no way I'm going to give you that money to get out of jail and you going to shit on my efforts by going right back to that boy and talking to him again. Wait a minute. Making Valentine's Day basket with damn bubble gum, sunflower seeds, and raisinets. But baby, that's all you can. Baby, people can't give you what they don't have. What you think he gonna get? Some Creed cologne? I mean, come on. What do you expect? I know you don't. Not bubblegum raisinets. How they be doing them sunflower seeds? Ah! Spit not the baby, not sunflower seeds and raisinets. But with them sunflower seeds, baby, you be sucking them seeds and then you, baby, not the sunflower seeds. And let me say this to Tommy and Castro and anybody. This is a job for me. So whatever you say about me is part of the job description. You know, my folded creased face, but baby, let me tell you something. The folded creased face can keep a man, can keep a relationship. This creased face Negro can keep a job. And my thing is, what are you doing? And let me say this. I don't think I'm better than you all, but I cannot understand why you all can't make better decisions. And the thing is, what I'm telling you is correct. Now, you may not want to receive it, but what I'm telling you is correct. You just don't like the messenger. You just don't like it's on YouTube, and that's your problem. But you know what I'm telling you is correct. And then you try to deflect, talking about somebody wants y'all. No, sir. No, sir. I have an asset. I have a multiplier. I don't need subtraction. I don't need division. Why? Because a partnership is love, but it's much more than love. It's a business. What are we bringing to the table? What can we do together? My other half has paid for a cruise so we can go on a cruise. My other half has a birthday coming up, and we already got that thing set. My other half has only taken planes rather, and cars to get where he wanted to go. He's never taken a train. So we don't have that experience. I'm paying for that. But the thing is, we're doing for each other. We're doing for each other. It ain't no one-sided thing. It ain't no one way. And let me tell you about that too, Tommy. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something about that. I'm gonna give you a word of advice from an older man. All that man wants to do is screw you. Because ain't no man in his right mind want to take you on with all that baggage. I wish you would tell me and talk about your ex. Baby, that's a relationship killer right there. You ain't know? That's a relationship killer. All that man want to do is get them bony cakes that you got. And once he get them bony cakes, you go. Oh, here come Castro. Oh Lord. Again, here's another person who don't listen. Leave the man alone. Why you texting the man? Why why you sending the man? Why did you need to tell the man he had probation? Why did you do that, Castro? Is Pulaski County that hard up for money that people can't make calls? Why did you make the call? What was your angle in letting that man know what was going on? No, I'm not dropping the link. You know why I ain't gonna drop the link? Because people think that you want to drop the link, and I don't want him to come up here. I don't need him. I've heard everything I need to hear. But my question is, why do you think it's necessary to tell that man his charges? Was it necessary? Now I'm gonna drop the link right now because I'm almost where I need to be. But that's what I'm trying to figure out. And it makes you look low T diabolical. So I'm just trying to figure out why. Do you have an answer for that, Castro? Since everybody's so wrong, Let me tell you something. Y'all like this mess, but the mess got out of hand, and now this is what you're dealing with. You should have taken this off of YouTube if you really like Tommy, but you like that attention. And all Tommy was a long-term lick. That's all, a long-term lick. So now you go on your little channel and have your cross session, and Jay Wilson think he better than people. No, 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 no. Y'all don't listen. Y'all crazy as cat pee. And you all really need a mentor in your life, because it seems like all the men who y'all dealt with want something from y'all. And they using y'all. And they still using you. You need to get somebody who really want you to do well. And I'm sorry, Castro. I want you to do better. I want you to do better. It's up to you, though. But, you could have called the police a long time ago. Tommy could have walked away from you a long time ago. But y'all are so codependent, and y'all feeding on each other, and then want to blame everybody else. And let me say this again. I don't live in Arkansas. Brian don't live in Arkansas. Shamar don't live in Arkansas. ZT don't live in Arkansas. Y'all live in Arkansas. It is your choice. And what has your choice gotten you? A cracked head, blood streaming down. What has your choices gotten you? Rejection from Snap 6 times. A room without your own bathroom. I mean, I'm just asking you, what has it gotten you? And you can talk about everybody else's mansion. You can talk about everybody, but what you got for you? What do you have that's of your own? And it ain't about material stuff, but what do you have? Nobody don't think they better. People want you to do better. It's Black history. And again, Castro, do you want this kind of life that you living for your nephew or your niece? Do you want them to go through some of this stuff? You should be upset. You should be upset. You should be upset by saying, you know what, Castro? Let me get my ass up and do something. But again, you can't want it more than the person. But as long as you put it on, people going to talk about it. Well, if you wouldn't want that for them, then why do you want that for yourself? See, this is what I'm saying. Why do you want it for yourself? Why do you want it for yourself? I mean, it's sad. It's sad. My heart hurts. I mean, for the mere fact that all of this stuff is going on, it's sad. I don't give a damn what you're doing, Castro. What you displaying now is just like crazy. And Castro, you never answered the question. Why did you think it was necessary for you to call Tommy and let him know what was going on? Are you trying to trigger him again? Trying to make him upset? I'm just saying, you know what he's capable of doing. So are you trying to get him to come over and crack you upside the head again? You know he's not mentally stable. So why you keep on messing with the man if he ain't mentally well? Are you not mentally well? Hey, Room Shaker. Room Shaker, we need to have a conversation. Because I'm feeling messy and I'm feeling torn with you, Room Shaker. I'm feeling some kind of way. I like Room Shaker. But that Nika thing, Room Shaker, ooh. I don't know. Let me tell you, Room Shaker, I'm going to tell you why I felt torn. I felt torn because I like you and Nika. I felt messy because I knew what the cheering was trying to do. And I was even asking questions. Because I'm like, is Room Shaker trying to break up the trifecta? And Room Shaker, now I know, because Room Shaker, I've done some things. Room Shaker, I'm going to drop this link, baby, because let me say this, y'all. I just say y'all continue to talk about coffee. Y'all continue to talk about smoothies and stuff because it gets very dicey when you start talking about blackouts and all of this stuff and people get a little touched in their spirit and folk be like, and then room shaker, you know you ain't exactly beef sector, so now folk feeling like you infiltrating and like I said earlier, I like room shaker because room shaker has always been respectful to my platform. I've never had a problem with room shaker. I'm not gonna have a problem with room shaker, but maybe the girl said that room shaker was putting 10 on 20, trying to set Miss Nika up. Room shaker said that's not the case. But Room Shaker said, wait a minute though. You ain't gonna throw me under the bus. I don't know. But anyway. Ooh, Jesus. Hold on for a minute. Let me authenticate who this is. Room Shaker?
It's me, Pastor.
Room Shaker.
It's me.
Oh Lord, Room Shaker. What? Okay, I can hear you, Room Shaker. Room Shaker, what is going on now? So Room Shaker, let me tell you again.
Kind of talk, which is good. But room shaker, I'm not gonna lie. Can you hear me? Can you still hear me?
Yeah, I hear you.
Okay, I ain't gonna lie. Baby, I was over there down at the pizza and everybody was saying, what was going on. So from the evidence that I had questions. I'm like, well, is Room Shaker trying to break up the trifecta? Because the people was acting like you had was building this thing up that you and Lady Nika talk behind the scenes and all of this stuff. And then I don't know if you heard pizza, but baby, people was going in. So even YouTube camera was like, 100% passer because I was asking questions. Is she trying to break the, trifecta up? What's going on? What's happening here? And then of course I asked you those questions in the Hood Tables channel. And then Lady Nika came up. It got real, my stomach kind of turned a little bit. Not so much the KRN thing, even though that bothered me, because I'm like, girl, are y'all serious about these little relationships? I'm like, but again, that's her feelings and she has the right to it. But what got me was when you said about the blackout. And that kind of made my stomach turn because nobody don't want to be blacked out. And it does cause a little friction with the person that y'all plan to black out. And so I felt a little some kind of way. I'm glad y'all worked through it, but I felt messy and torn at the same time. I really did. So yeah, but I'm glad y'all worked it out. So everything's smooth between y'all. I'm just being real because I felt a little torn.
Why you felt torn, Pastor?
Because I was messy as hell, but I like both of y'all, but I did have questions. Because the bottom line is, did somebody talk too much or did somebody make something out of nothing? Like Lemon and them Lolo receipts. And that's why,
I'm sorry. Go ahead, Pastor.
No, I'm done.
No, because I was laughing because you said the Lemon and Lolo receipts. What? I didn't catch the receipts yet.
Oh. So before all of this stuff happened when your name came up, I think. Well, maybe it may have been after. But Lemon was inebriated and he kept on playing on Pizarro's tops with these receipts. So he had a receipt that was going to smear Lolo. And then he had the nerve to say that Pizarro's name was in it. And he kept on stalling. Then here come being gay and mothball smells with the Droop cologne. He gonna come up there and try to do some mess. So again, Lemon kept on prolonging. Then he finally dropped the receipt, and the receipt made him look bad. Lolo was pretty much saying, I'm taking a lot of heat because I'm associated with you. And I'm taking a lot of bullets. She said that Pizarro asked the question, and I did what I usually do. pretty much I avoided answering the question. That's all. That's all she said about Pizarro. But Lemon wanted to act like it was such a big deal. And it really made him look bad because Lolo was saying that, what have you done for me lately? Because I'm sitting up here helping you out. And I'm taking a lot of heat. And you sitting pretty over there, pretty much. And then the new receipt was the breakdown of how much Lolo was getting paid. And I ain't mad at Lolo. She should have been getting paid. It ain't no friends on YouTube. She should have been getting paid. So that's what's going on with Lolo and Lemon. So yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But for that old nasty piece of icy hot mothball smelling hoe, you present me a high school diploma or GED and we can talk. Ain't nobody who ain't even complete a high school certificate can sit here and talk about me. All right, moving right along. Go ahead.
What I'm supposed to say? Because baby, I gotta catch up. I missed a lot.
This is the thing, though. Why would you mention the Lady Nika with the King Roman thing and the blackout thing?
Basically because I got tired of people making accusations, and then I knew it was a conversation, so I was wondering where did it really stem from. Like one people started trying to say that I'm pursuing King Roman. I want more from King Roman and all this. Now I know King Roman's sexuality because he's open about this. So then it started becoming shade to me because what did I give in my actions that told you that I was pursuing him in a sexual manner? I support him like I support all of y'all. And then it made me dumb the first time I had this conversation about King Roman. It was a conversation between me and Lady Nika. So how far did this conversation go? And then I was like, okay, why ain't nobody clearing it up? Because I'm getting irritated that y'all put this jacket off on me. Like, I ain't never went at him. I ain't never tried to be sexual. I ain't never gave them that type of stuff to say stuff like this. So it made me mad. And then it was going around the board. And I felt like, well, anybody could have cleared this up. So then it was like, then they were saying that well, Dobie saying I'm two-faced and I'm behind the scenes with Lady Nika and all this other stuff. So that's why I was like, no, we don't talk about YouTube. Only two things that we discussed about YouTube was the King Roman, she losing me to King Roman, and the blackout of the board. So that's why I came down and cleared it up.
So what is your relationship with Coolin? Because she had a lot to say.
I don't deal with Coolin, and I already told Coolin is blocked. I told her going forward, I would just put charges on Coolin because Coolin has always creeped me out and weird to me.
But she had a lot to say. She said that, you know, that she was the one who was really bringing it up, saying that she's playing in folk face, she ain't in the sector, so on and so forth. And again, Room Shaker, I don't know you that well, but we don't have an issue. Like, we're having a conversation now. You've never come to my platform and disrespected me. You've never done anything out of the, you know, paint with me. So again, I'm hearing this and I'm like, well, is she trying to tap this trifecta? I mean, is Lady Nika friends with people she don't like? And so I'm like, well, what is really going on? And don't get me wrong. I mean, I done been, you know, there are angles to stuff, but what I hear you say is that people were trying to put a jacket on you. And unfortunately, when you get a jacket put on you, you just go ahead and say, hey, this is what it is, which forces other people to have to come out and say, this is what it is. Is that what I'm hearing?
Right.
It ain't no friends on YouTube. And see, this is why people don't understand what that means, because I would... Yeah, it ain't no friends on YouTube. Because if you know that something is going to adversely affect somebody or maybe your relationship, you may step back from it. I don't know. But again, it is what it is. I like you and Lady Nika. I just think that y'all just need to stick to smoothies and stuff. Because baby, once you do something with YouTube, it becomes magnified. Something that may not be big actually becomes magnified now. And like I said, it's just interesting. So what is your take on that?
Pastor, me and Lady Nika is still cool. I don't think she feel no type of way about me speaking on it, considering that it was involving me and narratives being put on my back. And Dolby, I don't know where she getting this stuff talking about me and Lady Nika's behind the scenes trying to destroy the sector. Like, that's why I say no, we don't even talk about the sector. Only thing we talked about is that, and then I have watched a lot of people trying to divide Lady Nika because they was like, well, take Room Shaker, Wrench, Room Shaker, and Billie Jean chat, Room Shaker here, Room Shaker there. And Lady Nika was like, no, Room Shaker go where she want to go because she don't
Which
speak
you
on me
should.
like everybody else do. So it's like, okay, so they've been trying to cause division, but then I noticed with other people, y'all don't speak. I support you. Used to speak to me, and now you don't speak to me. And then y'all saying, "Well, I should have a conversation with these content creators. Why do I have to keep coming out here talking to them, and they ain't telling me how they really feel?" So I say, "No, all that shit is a flop."
I just hate to say it, but Dover is something else, and I'm gonna leave that alone. But again, let me say this: I don't forget. I forgive, but I don't forget. And baby, some of these people are treacherous. They treacherous. So again, that's something else. But I'm just glad that y'all did talk and work it out. But some of these people are treacherous. They're very treacherous. Let me tell y'all something. I look at these people and what they do. It says a lot about them. This is why there are no friends on YouTube. I look at these folks. These people say they're not bothered by YouTube, but they do things that are really like you are bothered because you wouldn't do that if you were not bothered. And this is why I don't get on no phones with these folks. It's a couple of people on YouTube that I will speak to, and it is not that often. It is not that often. Okay? Not that often. Because, baby, these people are diabolical. They'll take anything and run with it.
So, Pastor, how do you feel the fact that Spunk Bum, Dirt, or whatever y'all call him over here, is running around here putting Google accounts and other content creator names?
You know, what comes around goes around, and that's going to catch up with them. It's going to. First of all, I'm just amazed that people brought that man over here. They celebrated that man. I thought he was corny. I thought that he was, I just think he was a see me, I need attention type person. He's come over here a couple of times, but always with reservation because at one point in time he was attacking me. So my thing is, whoever she's with, he's going to do your bidding, but know that you're going to pay the price. And it just amazes me that people like Bree and Ness and all of these people endorse this fool, and now he is turning on them, and I'm just watching it, and it's just amazing to see. Now I'm gonna tell you what, I had interactions with Shaquille, but I got paid when he did that State of the Beef sector. I got paid. You want me to? Oh, okay, I'll do it. What that money? What that money do? But that's it. He came over a couple of times with the Lemon situation, and it was because him and Lemon was in a relationship, as he would put it. But that's it. Because the man is an opportunist, and anytime he think he can get a jump on somebody, he'll do it. That's it.
So, Pastor, are you gonna support the ghetto karaoke?
Who?
The ghetto karaoke.
Who is ghetto karaoke? Who doing it?
Me, the hell factor.
I don't know. I don't know. You know what happened to me last time? You know what happened to me the last time? Somebody, I forgot it. Somebody didn't remind me. But let me stop. I'm gonna stop right there because me and that person is in a good place. All I'm gonna tell you to do is remind me. I don't mind
Okay.
being a judge, but I am not participating in any competitions anymore because when you are so demonized, you don't get a shot. So I step back from competitions. Now, will I be a judge? Yes, because I know I can be a fair judge even with hoes I don't like. Even with hoes I don't like, I can be fair. So if you need a judge, I'm here for it. I'll be a judge. So let me know. But to participate, I don't put up my competition hat. Yeah,
Well, I don't think you was gonna participate because capacity is for ghetto karaoke. The people that's participating in the ghetto karaoke is gonna be under the influence of whatever of their choice.
oh my God, that's gonna be interesting.
Yeah, it is. But they gotta be able to sing they song and know how to conduct themselves. So this gonna be good.
That's gonna be interesting. So yeah. So Room Shaker, what do you think about the state of the beef sector in a whole right now? What
I
do you think?
remember Sean Bradley did a live late night, early morning, and Sean Bradley said they need to change the name because all these fake beefs and how these people getting sit down and how they making up to break up. He said once they started a beef back then, it was no coming back from it. And then they was like the fact that they are meant to running plays and stuff. Now he was like it's not giving old beef sector vibes.
It's not. It's not the same sector. And my thing is, I comment on it now. I don't even beef anymore. I really don't. I don't because yeah, it's not the same. It is not the same. And then I'm looking at the people, and yeah, it's just really interesting. Yeah. Again, I don't know if you watch Jay Dunn, and again, I don't have a problem with Jay Dunn. Let me say this to Jay Dunn. Niece, I don't have a problem with watching you. You just can't come on my platform. You just can't come on my platform. Just because you ain't come on my platform, that don't mean I don't watch you. But now let me tell you something, Jay Dunn. I heard you talk about your little apartment situation. I don't know if you heard Jay Dunn this morning, but to me, it sounds like what they told you to do is what the electrician told you to do. Okay. And it just sounds like you wanted to be a little difficult. And this is why that black man probably didn't want to deal with you, Jay Dunn, because you can get real difficult. And it seemed like, thank you, Room Shaker, for coming up. It seemed like that it was your circuit breaker. So the electrician told you the same thing that the black man told you, but you just, Jesus. Anyway, people can be so difficult, but anyway, I sit there and chuckle. I'm like, girl, it ain't like the man had to go in and fix something. Okay. Now, I ain't trying to be messy, but maybe that little sense machine you got up there sucking up all of the energy. All that energy. Okay. Maybe you need to lay off that. Maybe that's sucking up all the power. Okay, you got too many machines that apartment ain't used to. Okay, girl, not a sense machine. Woo, Jesus. Mm, my God, that's why that's breaking them circuits. Baby, them circuits ain't been the same. Anyway, that was me being a little messy. Okay, I don't get that's just too much in my mind. Ain't okay. Moving right along. I'm moving right along from that. But baby, that sense machine sucking up all that. Ah! Oh my God. Oh my God. Mm. Penis without intimacy. That's gonna be the name of the new book, Penis Without Intimacy. You just want the feel of it. My God, today. Penis envy. I don't know. But I'm telling you, I'm just like, why you got that? Is that what you anyway? Baby, she must have that thing on supercharged, baby. She must have that thing on high drive. Okay, because honey, them circuits are busting loose over there. My God. Sucking up all the baby, I turn it off air conditioners and things. Man. Okay, did the electrician go in and see all? You know, if I was that electrician, I would have been like, okay, could you show me all the gadgets that you have plugged up? That's that issue right there. Baby, see, she ain't telling the whole story. See, that's the whole thing. She ain't telling the whole story. Baby, it's more than that little computer and that editing suite that's sucking up all that electric. Anyway, let me stop, baby. Ooh, Jesus. Ah, that thing working in overtime. My God, my God. Ooh, I know Georgia Power and Light get that bill spike up every time in that condominium. Anyway, but this is the thing. Ain't you a stud? Let me stop because I do know studs that like that. I do. I went to a gay club and this stud was all up on me and everything. Okay, but but J Dog said she get lonely. I get so lonely. Okay. Whatever you want is all right with me. You got the electric pill, baby, now put it on me. Better than love, sweet as can be. Baby, that thing got that whip appeal. Baby, she must use that thing off the honey because circus is breaking all up in the house. Okay, she said she lived in that apartment. Everything was all right till she got that machine. Once she got that machine and plugged that thing in, that thing sucked all of the electric out. Okay, now she can't even plug up regular stuff. Baby, okay, you need to get one that's energy efficient. J Dawn said she need all that power. She said she need all that power. J Dawn said she's a heavy duty girl. Woo, baby, I bet smoke be coming out that thing. Okay. Anyway, oh Jesus. And this is the thing. Why you want to show people that y'all crazy. Y'all is crazy. This is why I know people don't got no sense. I'm like, girl, why you want to show somebody that? Why you want to tell somebody you got some apparatus like that? Ugh. Anyway, y'all. Ooh, Jesus. You know what? Do I want to do that? I want to do that. Let me go ahead. I gotta go somewhere today, but I need to get me a bite. My God, my God. So anyway, y'all. Oof. So it's a lot going on. We have seen Lemon's drunkenness. He's out of control. He keep on repeating himself. He's bringing up stuff that really doesn't matter to me. I don't know, Lemon. I'm not really upset about the Nest thing. It's over and done. I'm like, okay, it's good, but you don't have to bring it up because it's not that serious, Lemon. I mean, maybe it's serious to you, but it's not that serious to me. So you got Lemon doing that foolery. It's just interesting, y'all. That's all I'm gonna say. It's just I'm seeing things And it's just really, really mind-boggling to me. So, but yeah, Lemon and Lolo and Lemon, I do think that when you drop that receipt, it's more of an indictment to you. I think it did more damage to you because it shows that you don't care about anybody except Lemon. As long as Lemon is getting what Lemon want, Lemon is okay. Lemon don't care about Lolo's feelings. And I know, and let me say this why I say this, and it's not a jump on a pile on Lemon, but you know, when Lolo Mama had passed away and you brought up that lady Mama on the platform and it got real quiet and Lolo dropped. And I'm like, Lemon, why did you do that? I mean, this is still fresh for her. And why are you using her mama as content right now? And he knew he was wrong, but yeah. And I'm surprised I didn't get cursed out from Lemon, but I guess there is a layer of respect there somewhere because I'm like, hey man, that wasn't the right thing to do. You know, that lady is grieving her mom. And I think Lolo should have done that, but Lolo had to get back to her job. And her job was Lemon. Okay, baby, from the breakdown, Lolo was not there for the friendship, honey. Lolo was there for the loaves, the bread, the fish. Okay, anything that she could get, Lolo was there for. Okay? So I ain't mad at Lolo. I know people want to come at Lolo, but let me tell you something. I would have been mad at Lolo if she didn't get that. Because how he has humiliated Lolo and talked bad about Lolo, and we friends to an extent. I mean, yeah. Lolo, I'm glad that y'all, because you know what? You all are a friend to an extent. Because y'all ain't ever been friends. Y'all have been business partner, and the friendship was predicated upon is my greenback coming in. So Lemon is a paymaster. It seems like Lemon is a paymaster for panel people. And if you was on his panel for free, then and I'm talking about consistently. I'm not saying coming up there every once in a while to do a guest appearance to make it like pop and say, okay. No, I'm talking about if you are consistently over there neglecting your own channel and you didn't get paid, you crazy. Yeah. It's some real interesting things going on. That dynamic is interesting. But after seeing the breakdown of the payments, I'm like, okay, Lolo, you go, girl. Okay, Lolo said, gas, grass, ass, nobody rides for free. I ain't mad at you, Lolo. Cause see, I would have been upset had you been on there wasting your time and ain't get nothing. Now, shouldn't you have gotten more? You may have gotten more, but at least you did get something. Okay, what can you push that truck? I mean, do you need somebody to help you push that truck? Why you just gonna let the truck stay in there and block the baby? These people, I swear they get their driver's license from the Goodwill. It ain't no way these people can get their driver's license from somewhere credible. Anyway, so that's my thoughts on Lolo, y'all, and all of this stuff that's going on. What else is happening, you all? Because again, a lot of this stuff I don't know unless I see it. I saw the YouTube camera situation. I saw the lemon situation over on Pizarro. So I was there for that. I haven't seen anything else. I do not watch Envy in RNY TV. So if something going down over there, I wouldn't know because I don't watch them. I don't know. I just, it's not, can I say this? I don't have a problem with RNY TV. It's just the Envy thing. And I'm going to tell you why I have a problem with Envy. That MU thing. That bothered me again too, because again, there's no friends on YouTube. If you really cared about MU, then why tape her going through a challenging situation? And then I always side-eyed that because I'm like, okay, it's giving me very much Rob Rag It's giving me that again. It's giving me these men in these other sectors making these women look stupid. And even though MU is not originally beef sector, he still framed that in a way. I mean, he did her like Don Cato did her. Like I said, I know Don Cato didn't like MU for MU when he put that crap up there with MU. I knew something was wrong then and there, personally. Y'all give me a minute though. I gotta get my app because I'm getting ready to get some coffee and a piece of sandwich. Hold on for a minute, y'all. I'll be right back. All right, y'all, I'm back. I had to use my mobile app to get some discounts from the McDonald's. So let me go in and get what I need to get before this meeting, because all they're going to have is continental breakfast. So I ain't trying to be doing those stale Danishes and coffee. So I'm going to get what I need to get. Oh my God, this sun is sunny. Okay. You know what? I don't have a problem with renting TV. It's the envy. And so I'm good. So I don't have a problem with renting TV at all. Now I heard renting TV had a little issue with me. And I don't know if that's true or not, but I like renting TV regardless. You know, it is what it is. But the envy thing is the misunderstood situation. I'm gonna talk about Goosey and his review. Give me a minute, real quickly.
Hello, good morning, using mobile app.
Yes, I am using the app.
What's the code?
BM96.
Okay, value customer, Jordan is correct in the screen.
That is correct.
Pull up to the window, please.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Let me say this about Goosey. What I don't care about Goosey. I don't like people using folks' content.
Hello, good morning.
And I don't like that. I don't like people using folks' content to review it. You know, you play it and then talk about it. I have an issue with that. Hi, how are you? Yeah, I'm not good with that, because again, it's people's content. And my thing is pay to use their content. I mean, you know, just don't use people content like that. I don't know. You know, and yeah, I don't. Now, I don't strike people. I don't. But if you come up in that rotation where it's an automatic, where I just press the button, I'm going to press the button. That's it. That's all. I'm going to press the button. So I saw a little bit of Goosey and I'm like, oh, I don't care for this. You know, I can understand you doing a review. So that's my only dislike of Goosey. I think Goosey is a very interesting character. You know, he had that dynamic with ZX. And I think they're very interesting. And that's all I'm gonna say. I saw the picture of Goosey, and you know, he looked like an average black man. His hair wasn't nappy. It was just tightly curled. But I don't have a problem with Goosey. I just don't like that form of review. It's not my thing. And again, I still hold the way that I feel. I think Goosey is just a slicker, more palatable talent. I think Goosey and Talent, they think they're the smartest thing in the room. And everybody and everything is a social experiment to them. So I think ZX had that man's picture up. Okay, I want my McDonald's reward. Today is a gym day, but because I got this conference, it's not going to happen. So I'm going to go to the gym Thursday, and then I might go Friday, because I go to the gym 3 days out of the week. So, yeah, that's what I'm going to do. Well, look, y'all, I'm getting ready to head on out. But it was real. Thank y'all for coming over. Thank Room Shaker for coming over. And I appreciate y'all. Thank you again. Peace and love. I might come on during lunch.